some people coming out dancing, then going back in dancing.
We knew this was the start of the journey. And
what is going on, guys? It is JJ here, back yet once again with yet another video, and today we are going to take a look for the first time on the channel at the England women's national team, or the England women's Lionesses squad. Now this is going to be, I think, a really fun video. I love women's football in general. Me being an American, I feel like it's great to take a lot of pride in it because obviously we are very good. Another team I feel like I feel like I really enjoyed watching during the England 2018 World Cup, or not England 2018 World Cup, during the World Cup in 2018 was England. And so obviously, me being me, I wanted to actually learn player names and get to know them a little bit better. So we're going to take a look, I believe at just about, this will be a part 1 of the England World Cup Lionesses. I think they did a little documentary. If you guys want to see the rest of it or want a part 2 of it, let me know in the comments below. Obviously, I'm gonna try avoiding copyright issues with the BBC and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys want to see though down in the comments below. If you guys want to see more women's football on the channel, definitely let me know. I enjoy doing it so much. So yeah, let's get into the video. As well, guys, you can find the original video just down in the description below.
We've got to enjoy these moments, yeah? Special moments. We've fought hard together, we've respected everybody, think of the values, the enjoyment, the bravery. But actually, we've now got to look at the bigger picture. We've just performed on the biggest occasion. This is like a World Cup, this, and we've just smashed it. So now what you've got to do, you've got to go away and think about what you need to do then to keep improving. Because these 3 teams that we've played and beat, or drawn against as well, they'll go away and think, actually, England are a good team, we need to do better. So go away and run harder, go away and pass more, go away and practice heading more, go away and play better for your clubs, yeah? And absolutely well done.
I love these documentary types.
He's now the coach of the England Lionesses.
Okay, that's Phil Neville, correct? I'm correct in saying that. Why did he get the women's head coaching position? Was there just like a choice at the England Academy, and he was the top man, or?
Neville doesn't have senior level management experience.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Regarding Phil Neville's appointment, he's never managed
and never worked in the women's game. Just ask away. It's probably better. Happy?
Somebody said to me, "You know nothing about female sport," and they were really wrong.
we've got a manager who fully believes that we can win this
Oh,
World Cup.
okay. I like that.
You know what, if we're together, we can win a World Cup.
Everyone wants England to do well, everyone expects England to win. So tense because you want to be on the plane so badly. This year's business, we want to win it.
The journey won't end until we've lifted the World Cup.
These players are ready, and it's my job to push them as hard as I possibly can.
Wow, that's cool. I just realized it was the US that knocked him out, wasn't it? I just, before we even get into the rest of it, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We'll continue now. Ooh, going against Wales?
There you are. If we tie you there, you'll get the dragon in. Yeah?
I love documentaries because it's like a nice behind-the-scenes feature of everything that's going on.
Little corner of Wales. A huge test for the England women's football team.
Like the pitch.
Their final qualifier match for the 2019 World Cup. The winners here automatically go to the finals in France.
Wales v England. It was a must-win game for us. It was about us showing on that pitch that we wanted to go to the World Cup.
All this brings back memories. I was a Lioness too.
Oh.
I played at 3 World Cups. We came 3rd at the last one in Canada. But the game has progressed.
Who is this? Who is this announcing?
Blending a new
They didn't say. They didn't put a title card up.
Into an England team that can win the World Cup.
You can feel people's hands tightening on your shoulders because I don't know if they mean to, but they're probably a bit nervous as well. And then you're like, right, this is us. It's kind of like going into battle.
Ooh, what a
They
tackle.
wanted to win over England and they wanted to qualify for the World Cup.
I didn't expect it to be that intense.
That's where the team spirit started to gel and started to come together. And we knew if we were patient, the goals would come.
Jordan Lobson gets the first time crossing round the corner. 30 square. England, 1-0 England. The deadlock is broken.
Oh.
Jill Scott with the header. England have a second.
They're all so happy. I love it.
England have a 3-goal lead and on the way to another.
Yay! Go on, the lads. Or ladies, sorry.
The job was done, and it was such a nice moment and a bit of relief, to be honest with you, to go, you know what, now we focus on the job in hand in the summer.
Me and Steph were in the ice bath outside, and all we could hear is, like, through that door, everyone singing, and some people coming out dancing, then going back in dancing.
We knew this was the start of the journey, and here we are now, only a few months away.
The start of the journey.
Ready for another World Cup.
I could not imagine when I woke up. Also, me and him have the same phone. If you guys cared to know.
Finals in France are 7 months away.
Guys, this brings back so many good memories. I absolutely loved the Women's World Cup. There might be a couple Women's World Cup videos on this channel coming soon. I did a whole series covering it when it was happening. So if you guys wanted to see my actual live reactions at that time, you can go back and check it out on the channel. But I adored the Women's World Cup, and I think Fox did such a good job of covering it here in the US as well.
United, Everton,
It was just
and
amazing.
50 times for England. Phil Neville saw most things, but not a World Cup. He will now. He's here to find out who his team will be playing.
God, it's so weird to see people walking around without masks now. It's so different. The world is so different.
So every decision that I've been making really from day one has been, how do we win a World Cup? Which players do we select? What squad do we select? What itineraries? What games do we play? I think as a manager you do become all encompassed in the job. I go to bed at night dreaming about lifting a World Cup with my group of players. I only get them for 10 days on camp every 3 or 4 weeks. So the biggest way that I can affect their lives and their performances is by actually off camp. But we've got a lot of WhatsApp groups that we communicate daily on them about how they're feeling. You've got to make sure the players know that you care for them, the players know that you're thinking about them. Because if you do that, then they realise that you're buying into their success with them and you're sharing.
And he does. It seems like he really does care.
That I've
That's
learned
great.
from the best managers. I worked for the best one in Sir Alex Ferguson. It was something that he did from day one. He knew everything about my life.
Phil has to know everything too. He must
I guess
absorb new
I will
information.
give Phil Neville this full credit, is that he actually does take the time to understand the sport in its full, because women's football is completely different from men's football. I mean, the game in itself is the same, but the athletes, the structure of the game, the speed of the game, it's all completely different, and so you got to adjust to it. And I love that he takes Sir Alex Ferguson's advice in some of these cases.
Analyse
It's smart.
everything.
It's extremely smart.
Turn it to England's advantage. What he may know is not always what he can show. He's here with the head of women's football, Baroness Sue Campbell.
Just before we went on, Sue Campbell said to me, right Phil, obviously the camera's going to be on me and you when England pull out the hat and who we're playing. And she said, whatever happens, don't react.
England.
Oh, Didier Deschamps is the...
England comes out the hat.
It's England's opener. England, Scotland.
Ooh, that's great.
Sue Campbell went, no.
Couldn't write that if you tried. I can't believe that just worked out like that.
We've got a tough draw. Scotland game emotionally, the occasion will be fantastic. The Argentina draw, and then Japan. Everyone has this thing about Japan and how good they are. So you came away thinking we're going to have to perform here. And afterwards we did. Honestly, must have been 3 hours of press afterwards. There's so many people there. It actually gave you a taste of how big this World Cup was going to be. It's been the longest day in the world, longest day in history. I just want to go all back to the hotel, have something to eat, and start planning how to win a World Cup. That's what I want to do. But I've got to go to another ball now and speak nicely to everyone and play the game. Preparation, where we're going to travel to.
This is a very intriguing documentary. I love it.
Everything is on a much bigger scale. Third last time, expectations have grown. England know who their opponents will be. Now begins the process of fine-tuning their own squad to find the best 23.
He's created an environment of competitiveness. I think nobody knows if they've got their shirt yet or if they're going to be going to the World Cup. And I think he's wanted to make sure everyone knows that they've got a chance. You know, if you're playing well, then I'm going to pick you.
That's what you want, realistically, from a national
Where
team.
to find the talent England will need.
They do have a
No
really
better
tough group,
place
actually.
than Jill Scott's home city. She's won over 130 caps. It's the climate that does it.
People always say about Sunderland when you go on a night out. If you ever go on a night out in London, everyone takes a coat, don't they? But in Sunderland, no one takes a coat. I think we're quite tough like that, to be honest. So hopefully that shows in our football as well. I always say that to Jordan and Steph and Demi, Lucy, all from the northeast. I think we have got a bit of a tough side to us.
Talk to me a bit more about Sunderland, the area.
Yeah, well, the bit that we're coming into now, this is where I grew up down here. So
Wow.
This is where my
Wait,
family home.
So she plays for Manchester City, but she's from Sunderland. That's where they're going with this. Okay, I had no clue where they were actually going with that.
I always went to get my sweets, or I should say go to the grocery shop and get a banana.
Jill scored 20 goals for England and been to 3 World Cups. The same number as her midfield inspiration.
David Beckham was my role model, and the reason was that
love that.
off the pitch when I remember going to an England game v Turkey at the Stadium of Light, and he stayed behind and he signed all the autographs. And I remember thinking, if I ever had an opportunity, I'd stay behind and sign all the autographs. And I think being a role model is so important. To inspire a generation is ultimately what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. I love that. I love this. I love this.
There's a massive bank, and that's how I used to have to end the run, and I wouldn't let it defeat us. I was like, I've got to get to the top of this bank. So it doesn't look as big now, I think, because I've got a bit taller, but when I was smaller it was quite a tough run.
I like the individualistic stories that they're doing along this journey.
This is the famous beach.
You're right, it's cold.
Yeah, it is cold.
So this is where you come Christmas Day training?
Yeah, I wouldn't say every Christmas Day, but I definitely remember being down here on a Christmas Day, and there was so many people walking. And I think
On Christmas Day?
on the sand, so
That's a thing?
Because the dogs you have to avoid.
Aw.
That was good time.
Get your cones out.
Yeah, get your cones out.
I suppose people
They
follow
played
the
together,
line
did they not as well?
Say, oh, there's been changes made, what Phil's doing. Has he come in and changed everything?
I don't think he's come in and made so many major changes, because I think at the end of the day we're preparing for a World Cup and there wasn't that much time really to change everything. But I think what he has done is he's changed the way that we talk about winning a lot more. He's won the Champions League with Man United. He's been managed by Alex Ferguson. He sat next to David Beckham in the dressing room, which is something that I'd have wanted to do
Oh my
for
gosh.
years. But I think he just understands the game, he gets it, and he's just really to the point, so you can talk to him about anything, and there's kind of just no stones like left unturned really. So I think it's just such an exciting time for women's football and the England team.
Okay, we're actually going to end it right on that. I think that's a really good quote to end it on. It's such an exciting time for England, the women's football team. Now, if you guys want to see the rest of this, if you guys want to see the rest of this documentary and or, England Women's World Cup journey. Jesus, I don't know why that was so hard to say. Let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely give that to you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys for another video soon. Peace.